India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has met with China's top diplomat in a sign of easing tensions between the neighbors after a years-long standoff. Chinese Foreign Minister Wang arrived in India on Monday and said the two countries should support healthy, stable relations. Warming ties between China and India come as relations between New Delhi and Washington are looking rather strained.
Two Asian powers trying to rebuild ties. 5 years after deadly border clash froze trade, strained diplomacy and disrupted travel.
The setbacks we experienced in the past few years were not in the interests of the people of our two countries. We are heartened to see the stability that has now been restored on our borders.
There has been an upward trend. Borders have been quiet. There have been peace and tranquility. Our bilateral engagements have been more substantial.
But not everyone welcomes the improved relations. Outside the venue, dozens of Tibetan exiles staged a protest, chanting anti-China slogans before police detained them. And the talks are being closely watched. Many observers see them as a test of whether India and China can move beyond cautious diplomacy towards meaningful long-term cooperation.
All right, I want to bring in now DW reporter Vedika Sood in New Delhi. Vedika, good to see you. Maybe we can start with a reality check here. I mean, we heard both sides speaking of stability and peace at the border. Does that reflect the situation on the ground?
Largely, yes, Brent. I would call it relative calm, at least for now. Today, India's National Security Advisor, Ajit Doval, as you just heard him, did mention himself during that meeting with China's foreign minister that there's been an upward trend in the India-China relations and ties, and the borders have been quiet. Even in readouts from both the countries, there were words like tranquil and peace used for the border situation. So now this border, the de facto border between India and China, known as the line of actual control, has been a reason for high tensions, especially in the years 2020 to 2022. But both countries are firm on one thing. In terms of wider normalization, there has to be talks of the border and there has to be constant peace at the border. So fewer face-offs, yes. A quieter line of actual control than maybe 3 years back, yes. But the issue isn't resolved as of now.
Would it be premature to say that what we're seeing here is part of a broader strategic shift?
Well, it's more than optics for sure, Brent, given that the talks that we've seen over the last 48 hours has been a structured thaw of sorts through the border talks that have happened, through the talks with India's External Affairs Minister, with the Chinese diplomat, with the National Security Advisor, and then with the Indian Prime Minister himself, Narendra Modi. There have been talks of resuming direct flights. There have been talks on growing the economy in both countries with each other's help. And also, most significantly, which proves this is more than optics, is you have the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who will be visiting China in a couple of weeks from now for the SCO talks. And this is a high-level meeting after many years between the two countries. So yes, more than optics for now, even if, the trust remains thin.